My name is Simon Crabb. I'm a medical oncologist. I work in Southampton in the UK. And we're presenting a trial at this meeting looking at the PARP inhibitor rucaparib as a maintenance intervention after primary chemotherapy for patients with advanced incurable urothelial carcinoma. So we did this trial within the ATLANTIS trial platform, which is an investigator-led study in the UK. And patients, whilst they were having their chemotherapy, underwent biomarker screening. And for this part of the study, if they had a composite biomarker that indicated defective DNA repair, either on the basis of an alteration in a list of DNA repair genes or because of high genome-wide loss of heterozygosity, then they were eligible to be screened to go into the rucaparib randomization. And in that part of the trial, patients who got to the end of chemotherapy and whose cancer had not progressed were randomized between rucaparib or placebo. Importantly, this trial was designed and recruited before data emerged to show that immunotherapy is useful in this setting. The primary endpoint was progression-free survival. Patients that received rucaparib had a progression-free survival with a median of 35.3 weeks compared to 15.1 weeks for patients who were on placebo. The hazard ratio was 0.53. We found that rucaparib was tolerable. The safety profile was similar to experience for this agent in other cancers. And so our conclusions are that rucaparib has activity in this disease as a maintenance treatment in patients that have had biomarker selection. And we believe that further research is appropriate and further trials should be done in this disease to look at the use of PARP inhibition. We've seen data for a number of different interventions in the last few years for this disease, and the notable one with respect to our data is, of course, the emergence of the avelumab immunotherapy as a maintenance treatment after chemotherapy. I think what that means realistically is that if someone is going to try to develop PARP inhibition in this disease in the maintenance setting, I think it will probably have to be a combination treatment with immunotherapy, and that would be my view about how you would develop it specifically as a maintenance treatment. I think we will also be able to consider whether or not either PARP inhibition as a monotherapy or in combinations could be used in other parts of the disease pathway, but I think realistically most likely it would need to be as a maintenance intervention. Prior to this meeting, we had not seen randomized data for PARP inhibitors in urothelial carcinoma, but there had been a prior study with rucaparib. It was a single-arm study in either second or third line treatment, and it didn't reach its primary endpoint, which was related to response rates in an unselected group of patients, but it did have a co-primary endpoint looking at patients who had had a biomarker evaluation done, and the trial was also negative in patients with a DNA repair deficiency biomarker. So we therefore have a discordance between negative data from the second and third line compared to a positive trial with our data in the maintenance setting. I think potentially one can still take the view that biomarker selection may be required for use of PARP inhibition in this disease. I think we're going to need more data to understand that properly. But also potentially it may be about the setting. It is potentially the case that using this approach to maintain an established response following platinum-based chemotherapy may be a better strategy than trying to salvage a subsequent progression. And maybe that could explain the difference between the results of these trials, but clearly more work will be required.